Seeker. I understand now, mentor. Good, let's give your garden a name. A symbol of its identity. What would you call it? Seeker. Blooming. Vision. Mentor. Perfect. Blooming vision will be a daily reminder that your life is a garden of potential. Not just about how far you've come, but about how each seed you plant can one day bear fruit for you, and for others. Seeker. I love it. Mentor. Now, the final step. What's the bold seed you will plant today? Not the one that feels safe or routine, but the one that excites you, that stretches your comfort zone. Seeker. There's a piece I've been too shy to publish. An article for a site I admire. I've kept it in a draft for weeks. Maybe it's time to send it. Mentor. That's a bold and beautiful seed. Decide right now. When will you do it? Seeker. This weekend. Mentor. Excellent. And remember, the moment you plant that seed, the universe will notice. The soil will shift. The air will whisper. You'll have announced to yourself and to the world that you're growing. Seeker. It feels right. I'm ready. Mentor. Good. And never forget, check your soil every day. Watch the weather and adapt when the rains come. Nourish your roots so they can deepen. Pause to celebrate every bloom. Share your seeds with others. Introduction, Seeds, and Soil Mentor. Greetings, Seeker. Today, we're going to embark on a journey together. One that will shift how you perceive your potential and the world around you. Are you ready to dive in, Seeker? Absolutely. I'm eager to explore new perspectives. Mentor. Wonderful. Let's begin with a simple question. If your life were a garden, what kind of plants would you choose to grow? What kinds of flowers, trees, or crops would fill it? Seeker. I'd want vibrant flowers, sunflowers for resilience, roses for beauty, and maybe tall oaks for strength and stability. Plants that stand out and bring joy. Mentor. Beautiful choice. Now, think of your goals as seeds. Some seeds sprout quickly. Others need patience and the right environment. What seeds have you planted recently? Seeker. I've started an online course on storytelling, and I've reached out to a potential collaborator for a creative project. Those feel like fresh seeds. Mentor. Excellent. Those are the first planting steps, putting ideas and energy into the soil. But remember, the quality of the soil matters too. The soil is your mindset, habits, and environment. Are you nurturing an environment where your seeds can truly flourish? Seeker. Sometimes yes, but I also get distracted easily. Social media, negative self-talk. It feels like the soil can be too rocky for things to take root. Mentor. Absolutely right. This is where the gardener's hand is needed. Let's focus on clearing the weeds first, those habits that suffocate your growth. What's one habit you can prune this week? Seeker. I'll limit scrolling at night to 30 minutes. It's too easy to lose hours to it. Mentor. Perfect. That's your first weeding effort. When you remove distractions, you create space for your ideas to grow. Now, after clearing the weeds, you can add compost, enriching the soil with habits and practices that support your growth. What's one practice you can adopt? Seeker. I'll spend 10 minutes every morning reading a chapter from a book on leadership or personal growth. Mentor. Excellent. Just 10 focused minutes can deepen your roots. Think of it like adding rich compost. It doesn't overwhelm the soil, it supports it. Seeker. That feels manageable and meaningful. Mentor. Precisely. Small, deliberate acts accumulate into profound change. Let's move to the next layer, the weather. Life doesn't exist in a vacuum. It rains, it shines, and sometimes it storms. How do you weatherproof your garden? Seeker. I suppose by building resilience, accepting setbacks as part of the process, and bouncing back quickly. Mentor. Absolutely. Setbacks are like rainstorms. They can flood your garden, but if you've built drainage channels, the water can also carry nutrients. Deeper. What channel can you build? What routine can help you process setbacks when the rains come? Seeker. I'll journal my feelings when I'm stressed that way. I can acknowledge and release emotions instead of bottling them up. Mentor. A wise choice. Journaling acts as a channel for the flood, allowing feelings to flow and nurturing growth instead of causing rot. Seeker. I can already imagine how that will help. Mentor. Now let's imagine the garden 1 year from now. What do you see? What has bloomed? What has taken root? Seeker. I see tall sunflowers representing my growing public speaking confidence. Colorful roses for the creative projects that have bloomed, and strong oak trees symbolizing resilience and stability. Mentor. That vision is your blueprint. Let it guide your daily decisions. Let it illuminate moments of doubt. You're not just planting a garden for this moment. You're cultivating a landscape for the future. Seeker. It's a beautiful thought. Mentor. Now, as we stand at this point, let's design that garden intentionally. We can break it down into 3 areas, like an architect would design a building. The foundation, your core beliefs. The framework, your daily routines and systems. The finishing touches, moments of celebration and reflection. Should we map these out? Seeker. Yes, please. Let's do it. Mentor. Let's start with the foundation, your core beliefs. Do you believe you are worthy of success? Do you trust that your efforts will bear fruit? Seeker. Sometimes I doubt myself. especially when things don't happen as quickly as I'd hoped. Mentor, that's natural. So many gardeners doubt the quality of their soil when growth takes longer than expected. Here's a practice for reinforcing your foundation. Every morning, stand before the mirror and say aloud, I am building something extraordinary. My efforts matter, and I am worthy of success. It might feel strange at first, but this practice gradually solidifies the concrete under your feet. Will you try it? Seeker, I will. I can imagine how repeating that can help deepen the belief. Over time, mentor. Perfect. Now, let's move to the framework, the scaffolding that supports your growth. What daily and weekly habits can you implement? What routines will help your seeds reach toward the sun? Seeker, I can commit to writing for 20 minutes each morning, making one meaningful call each week to a potential collaborator, and doing a monthly review of what I've learned and created. Mentor, an excellent scaffold. These habits will bear weight and guide your growth. A garden doesn't thrive with a gardener appearing only on special occasions. It needs regular attention. Your routine is how you show up for yourself every day, Seeker. That resonates deeply. I can already imagine making those practices part of my rhythm. Mentor, good now, the finishing touches. Too often we forget to step back and admire the work we've done. We rush from one planting to the next, never pausing to recognize that something beautiful has taken root. What small ritual can you adopt to acknowledge your progress? Seeker, perhaps a moment of quiet reflection every Friday, or a walk where review the victories and lessons of the week. Mentor, perfect. Even 10 minutes of reflection can shift your energy from striving to appreciating. Those moments are like the flowers that decorate a garden path, reminding you why you began planting in the first place. Seeker, that's a beautiful way to think about it. Mentor, let's deepen the image further. A garden doesn't exist in isolation. It's part of an ecosystem. Bees pollinate, birds carry seeds, worms enrich the soil. The same applies to you. Who are the bees and birds in your life? The people who support, challenge, and uplift you. Seeker, my mentor from college, my supportive partner, and an online writers group I've joined recently. Mentor, cherish these connections. Just as a garden depends on pollinators, your growth depends on collaboration and mutual support. What can you do this week to nurture these connections? Seeker, I'll send a thank you note to my mentor and share a piece of writing with the group to invite feedback. Mentor, excellent. Those gestures create a rich communal soil. They connect your garden to a larger forest of ideas and growth. Patience, growth logs, legacy, naming your garden, and final action. Mentor. Now, let's talk about patience. A garden doesn't grow overnight. Sometimes our impatience leads us to uproot tiny sprouts too soon. How can you make peace with this? Seeker, that's so true. Sometimes I just want results instantly, but I forget that everything in nature takes its time. Mentor, exactly. Let me share a practice that can help. A growth log, a simple journal where you write down which seeds you've planted, which tiny sprouts have appeared, and which areas still need attention. It doesn't have to be long or fancy, just enough to track your progress and stay rooted in reality. What do you think? Seeker, I like that. It would give me a way to measure growth when I forget how far I've come. Mentor, precisely. And this practice has another benefit. It can become a legacy. The lessons you're learning now can guide others down the line. What if one day, someone came to you and said, I'm starting where you started, what should I do? Seeker, that feels powerful. Helping someone skip a few of the trials I went through. I'd be honored to do that. Mentor, that's the difference between a garden and a forest. In a garden, you nurture only what's in your soil. In a forest, every tree, every flower, every root system is connected, supporting, and sustaining the whole. What would it mean to move from growing a garden to building a forest? Seeker, it means sharing the lessons, planting seeds for others, and helping the whole ecosystem flourish. Mentor, precisely. Let's slow down for a moment. Close your eyes and imagine this scene. 1 year from now, the garden you've tended is in full bloom. The sun shines upon it, the leaves shimmer in a soft breeze. The soil is rich, the roots deep. What does it feel like? Seeker, peaceful, strong, hopeful. Mentor, stay with that feeling. This is the place you're working toward. And remember, the journey doesn't end. The garden is a living, breathing thing. Every season will ask for new seeds. Every year will ask for new growth. The gift you carry is knowing how to tend to it with patience, discipline, compassion, and intention. Seeker, I understand now, mentor. Good, let's give your garden a name, a symbol of its identity. What would you call it? Seeker, blooming vision. Mentor, perfect. Blooming vision will be a daily reminder that your life is a garden of potential, not just about how far you've come, but about how each seed you plant can one day bear fruit for you and for others. Seeker, I love it. Mentor, now, the final step. What's the bold seed you will plant today? Not the one that feels safe or routine, but the one that excites you, that stretches your comfort zone. Seeker, there's a piece I've been too shy to publish, an article for a site I admire. I've kept it in a draft for weeks. Maybe it's time to send it. Mentor, that's a bold and beautiful seed. Decide right now, when will you do it? Seeker, this weekend. Mentor, excellent. And remember, The moment you plant that seed, the universe will notice. The soil will shift. The air will whisper. You'll have announced to yourself and to the world that you're growing. Seeker, it feels right. I'm ready, mentor, good. And never forget, check your soil every day. Watch the weather and adapt when the rains come. Nourish your roots so they can deepen. Pause to celebrate every bloom. Share your seeds with others, so the garden becomes a forest. Seeker, these words will stay with me. Mentor, they're not just words, they're a roadmap. Whatever the season, remember this: life is a garden. You choose the seeds, tend the soil, and cultivate the beauty that emerges. Every morning, every choice, every thought can be a new planting. Seeker, I can feel that. I can do that. I know you can. Now, as you walk away from this conversation, carry this thought: every seed you plant has the potential to become a forest. What you nurture within yourself can flourish far beyond you. So tend your garden with care. Let it grow. Let it expand. Let it invite others to root, bloom, and rise beside you. Seeker, thank you. This feels like a new chapter, a chapter I can write myself. Mentor, and you will. The soil is ready. The seed is in your hand. The sun is rising. Now go and make blooming vision a reality. The world is waiting for your garden to flourish. Seeker, I'm going. I'm planting the seed. I'm blooming, and I'm sharing it with the world. Mentor, beautiful. And as you grow, remember, you are both the gardener and the garden. Tend it well, and you will reap a harvest beyond measure. Seeker, I will. And one day, I'll help others plant their seeds too. Mentor, that's how forests are born. That's how the world changes. One seed, one garden, one blooming vision at a time. Seeker, here I go. Planting, growing, and blooming. Mentor, the world is ready for your garden. Let it flourish. Let it inspire. Let it live. Seeker, I'm ready. Thank you for showing me the way. Mentor, always. Now go forth and cultivate a life worth sharing.